Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, please like, share and subscribe. But as always, let's get started. So in this video we've got an exciting one. Today we're busting 5 fitness industry myths. And what better place to start than, does the miracle diet pill actually exist? Do fat burners work? And the bottom line is, yes they do. Are they effective? Sadly the answer is no. Now many of you are thinking, Ross, but you just contradicted yourself. But let me give you an example. If you're standing outside and you're washing your car, and your little nephew decides he wants to help his uncle, and he comes along with a plastic cup full of shampoo and a little toothbrush, and he starts to help. You cannot argue that he is washing your car. You cannot argue that yes, he's putting in work and he's helping. The problem is, by the time you've washed your entire car, he's probably only just finished a single panel. And this single panel is your fat burner. So we're going to look at 5 popular fat burning ingredients, and we'll look at just how effective they are in terms of weight loss. So firstly, caffeine. Caffeine is a popular ingredient in many weight loss products, and research has shown that for every milligram of caffeine consumed, you burn an additional 0.1 calories over the period of 24 hours. That means that if you take a 150 milligram caffeine pill, you will burn an additional 15 calories during the course of the day. For those of you who don't know what a 150 milligram caffeine pill is, that's Regmakers if you're from South Africa, or alert or wide awake if you're in a different region of the world. Okay. Capsaicin is the second ingredient, very popular in diet pills. Capsaicin is actively found in chili peppers, and a review of over 20 studies has shown that it can boost your metabolism by roughly 50 calories per day. Next, one of the more popular ingredients is green tea. And studies have shown that people who actively consume up to 24 ounces of green tea a day can burn an additional 70 to 100 calories during the course of the day. For those of you from South Africa who don't know what 24 ounces is, you're looking at roughly about 3 cups of green tea. Our next item would be synephrine. Now many homeopathic practitioners will push synephrine as the herbal equivalent of ephedrine. But 50 milligrams of synephrine a day has been shown to only burn an additional 65 calories per day. And the final ingredient would be ephedrine. Now for those of you who don't know, this is what your personal trainer recommends when he gives you an ECA. ECA is ephedrine, caffeine and aspirin. Now bear in mind, this is an illegal fat burner. You can't walk in just any place and buy this. This has to be bought under the counter in some dodgy place. Right? But the fact of the matter is that still the ephedrine caffeine combination only increases your metabolism and helps you to burn an additional 37.4 to 114 calories per day. 114 calories is very insignificant, and if you want to know just how insignificant this is, if we looked at over the course of all 5 of these ingredients, we're looking at burning between 15 to 114 calories. Now bear in mind that if you order a McDonald's meal, 12 to 15 fries on average is 140 calories. That means that even in taking ephedrine, the illegal fat burner, you are only able to eat an extra 9.5 McDonald's fries. 9.5 fries. Barely worth the amount of money that you spent on this illegal fat burner. Not to mention you're looking at negative side effects of jittery, shakes, heart palpitations, increased blood pressure, blood thinning, night sweats. Is it worth it? Can you say fat burners are effective? Yes, they help. Are they effective? No. And if you want to know how ineffective they are, if a 56 kilogram person had to go on a 30-minute walk, not a brisk walk, just a 30-minute walk, they burn on average 120 calories. That's already more than ephedrine, and all you've done is walk for half an hour. If you're slightly more overweight and you weigh 70 kilograms, you burn an additional 29 calories. That's 149 calories in a 30-minute walk. If you're an 84 kilogram or over person, you will burn above 178 calories in that half an hour. You can literally smash the figures that I've given you with these fat burners in doing nothing more than a 30-minute walk. If you really want to know if fat burners are effective, just ask yourself one simple question. Have you ever seen a fat burner sold that doesn't include the fine print, only effective as part of a 2,000 or less calorie controlled diet and exercise? If any of these pills actually worked, if the wonder drug actually existed, they would merely say, take this tablet, live your life and lose weight. None of them say, drink this pill, live your life and lose weight. They all expect you to follow a diet and do an exercise routine. And the pill is your motivation to do so. So do fat burners work? Yes, they do, because they make a difference. But they make such an insignificant difference that you're better off just not to use them and actually exercise. Save yourself the money, guys. Myth number 2, protein bars for weight loss. Are protein bars healthy? Now here's something you didn't know. In 2010, I was sponsored by a company called NUTRITIONIST. I had full endorsement from them. They were the first pharmaceutical grade supplements company. And they struggled to make a protein bar. And I asked them why. And Ian Ruthin, the biochemist, came to me and said, the simple reason why is I cannot find a coating. And I said, Ian, but what do you mean? And I was brought to the light that, do you know that because we do not have an FDA in South Africa, protein manufacturers, these supplement companies, do not need to declare the outside coating. So you're eating these nutritional bars and you think you're doing yourself a world of good. But the nutritional value that you are reading is only the contents of the bar. They do not have to declare the outside chocolate coating. And these outside chocolate coatings are often loaded with saturated fats. Now, if you don't know what saturated fat is, go buy yourself some sausage, fry it in the pan. And once that sausage is done, that thick layer of grease that you have to literally scrape off your pan with a spoon, that is saturated fat. You're better off without these protein bars. Do yourself a favor and eat yourself something like some lean biltong. Okay? Point number 3, are carbohydrates the enemy? And the answer is no. It's way more important to take note of total caloric intake than carbohydrates on its own. 1 carbohydrate is 4 calories. That's 1 gram of protein. Right? If you ate a healthy meal every single day, but that meal was in excess of what your caloric intake should be, you are in a calorie surplus and you are going to gain weight. If the only thing I ate for the rest of my life, every single morning, every single day, and this was the only meal I ever partake in, was a Big Mac, medium Mac meal, that's only 1,080 calories. And if this is the only thing I eat for the rest of my life, every single day, I guarantee you I will still lose weight. Because 1,080 calories is a calorie deficit for me. Is it a healthy meal? No. Would I recommend you eat a Big Mac, medium Mac meal every day? No, I would not. But could you lose weight on it? Yes. So are carbohydrates the enemy? No. It's way more important to pay attention to your total calorie intake. If you want to eat a carb, if you want to have some bread, if you want to have some chips, great. But make sure that you're under your maintenance level so you can still lose weight. Okay? Tip number 4. And this one eeks me. Personal trainers tell you, eat as much fruit and vegetables as you like. Oh, you're hungry. Just fill up with some fruit and veg. No, don't just fill up with some fruit and veg. Are fruit and vegetables a better option than eating something unhealthy? Yes, but still pay attention to your total calorie intake. Do you know that you consumed 5 large avocado pears? That's 2,000 calories. Imagine you're already on 1,500 calories for the day and you decide to have 2.5 hours. You're now 1,000 calories over your maintenance level. You're now in a surplus. You're going to gain weight. And you think, but I ate healthy today. Pay attention to your total caloric intake. Forget about what are good or bad foods. There's no such thing as a good or bad food. Yes, certain foods have higher calories than others. Yes, I wouldn't recommend you eat things high in sugars. But your caloric intake is way more important than you doing stupid things that these personal trainers want you to do, like balance macros. Oh, you need 60% protein. Oh, you need 30% carbs. Oh, you need 10 grams of fat. No, you don't. You need to make sure that you are under the maintenance level of your calorie intake so that you can either lose weight if you want to lose and get in shape, or gain weight if you're struggling to put on weight. Pay attention to your total caloric intake and forget about eat as much fruit and vegetables as you like. Fruits have sugars. Sugars are carbohydrates. Okay, treat them the same way. Pay attention to your total calorie intake for your meals that you're eating. And I don't care whether that's fruit, vegetables, chocolates, or proteins. Pay attention to your total caloric intake. Okay? And finally, tip number 5. Does target-specific fat loss exist? No, it does not. So if you got a personal trainer promising you that you follow these routines, you're going to get a tighter chest. You follow these routines, you're going to lose weight around your thighs. You follow these routines, you're going to lose belly fat. It doesn't exist. There is no such thing as target-specific fat loss. Each of us are born with different genetics. Each of us are made up differently. My brother and I come from the same parents. But if you compare our genes, he develops chest and a bicep easily. I develop traps and tries. He loses weight in his face when he's leaning out and becomes very like skeletal looking. I seem to store fat in my face. That's why even at single-digit body fat, if I do this, I can give myself a double chin. We each store fat differently. There's no such thing as target-specific fat loss. Yes, you can exercise. Yes, you can do challenges. Yes, you can do these things. But I cannot guarantee you that you will lose weight in a specific area. That simply does not exist. And if your personal trainer or any influencer is telling you differently online, they are lying to you and taking advantage of your lack of knowledge to make a profit of you. I cannot guarantee you in any way where you will lose weight. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, do sit-ups give you abs? No, they do not. Okay, this goes hand in hand with target-specific fat loss. There's no such thing as a 30-day ab challenge. There's no such thing as a perfect ab workout. There's no such thing as 5 minutes a day to greater abs. It does not exist. For 2 simple reasons. Firstly, again, target-specific fat loss. I cannot guarantee you that the exercises you're doing, even if you train abdominals 3 times a week, is going to target fat loss in the abdominal region. Secondly, even more importantly, most of you will do these ab exercises with the incorrect form and will more than likely be targeting your obliques and your hip flexors. You probably won't even hit abs in the first place. If there was a 30-day ab challenge that said, eat less calories, do cardio, and work out, that would be an actual ab challenge. Why? Because how do you develop abs? By lowering your total body fat percentage. That is what gives you a six-pack. Not training abs 3 times a day. Am I saying do not train abs? No, that is not what I'm saying. By all means, train your abdominal region. It is important to have a strong core. It is important to have strong abdominals. Why? Because what you're carrying in front of you puts strain on your back. If you have weak abdominals, train your abdominal region. Does training your abs give you a six-pack? No, it does not. And if you don't believe me, go to your nephew. Lift up his t-shirt and tickle him, and I guarantee you that little kid will have a six-pack. Do you think he's done a single sit-up in his life? No, he has not. If you want a six-pack, lower your body fat percentage. You could literally get six-pack abs with never training abs again for the rest of your life. So ladies and gentlemen, that was me busting 5 fitness myths with a bonus about getting abs. If you enjoyed the content, please give it a like. Be sure to follow me on social media. And remember, it's never too late to become the person you were destined to be. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago, but the second best time is today.